Kentuckiana, a very good morning to you here at 6 a.m. on your Monday, the first Monday of January. As we get going into another year, 2026 is here. Do not forget, Matt, as we are writing the date on things for probably the next month or so, going to be an easy one to forget.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. And we've got an easy start to our first Monday of 2026 right now across Kentuckiana. We're still waiting on sunrise for us here in downtown Louisville, facing the Ohio River. This view brought to us by U of L Health and also Bachman Auto Group. Those temperatures still a bit chilly to start off our morning. We've got temperatures currently into the upper 20s right now near Bowman Field, 31 downtown, 29 Iroquois Park, and 32 near Fern Creek. Over in southern Indiana, 27 near Bedford, 30 in Scottsburg, 24 there in Shepherdsville, 35 in Hodgenville. We do have a south wind that's continuing with us. That's going to bring in some more mild temperatures throughout the middle of the day. But as of right now, still a quiet beginning to our morning time. We are in for a fairly sunny trend throughout the morning and into the afternoon. Those south winds are going to bring our temperatures into the upper 40s and the mid 50s throughout the day. Past sunset and into our evening hours, you can expect those clouds to really start building in our skies. We will stay cloudy overnight and into our Tuesday morning. Expect a cloudy beginning to our day tomorrow with those temperatures that will be remaining into some cooler values of the mid 40s. But here's a look at your bus stop forecast. Hopping on the school bus soon. Those clear skies continuing with us. Temperatures will be staying in the mid 30s on your way back. You can expect those temperatures to stay in the mid 50s with partly cloudy skies. So we are going to be entering a bit of a cloudy pattern as we head later on into this week. But as for today, mild and sunny for us. Winds will be staying out the southwest around 11 miles per hour with those temperatures in the mid 50s. A few of you may even see the upper 50s as we head later on into our afternoon time. And that's a look at your high temperatures for today. And we're going to have more weather details coming up here soon. But other than that, we're going to send it over to Matthew to give you guys a detailed look at how things are moving along the Louisville Metro.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. As we give you a look outside for this Monday morning as you head back to school and work, we did see a crash along the Gene Snyder just near Brownsboro Road that is now being cleared out there for you. So that crash was along the right-hand shoulder, so that has now been cleared out there for you. Give you a look across the Louisville Metro. Look, it's still pretty nice and smooth sailing for this morning. If you're making your Monday morning commute, give you a look at some of those drive times. Gene Snyder to downtown will take you 13 minutes this morning. Back over to you, Grace.
Matthew, thank you. This morning, Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro is set to appear in court on a 4-count indictment for allegedly leading a 25-year narco-terrorism conspiracy. He's being held at the same notorious jail that housed the likes of El Chapo, Sean Diddy Combs, and Luigi Mangione. President Donald Trump is standing his ground, saying the U.S. is, quote, in control of Venezuela, following the weekend raid in which Maduro was captured. Trump is now also warning other countries, including Colombia, that the United States could execute another similar operation.
Colombia is very sick, too, run by a sick man who likes making cocaine and selling it to the United States.
The president says Cuba is ready to fall because of its economy's reliance on Venezuela. In the U.S., mixed reaction on Capitol Hill. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer called the operation illegal. Meanwhile, Ohio Representative Jim Jordan defended the administration, claiming Venezuela has stolen from the United States. The Gang of Eight and other top Democratic and Republican lawmakers are expected to be briefed on Capitol Hill this evening. Here in Louisville, protests popped up on Saturday following the operation. While some Louisvillians spoke out against the military action, a group of Venezuelan Americans praised the liberation of their home country. WHAS11's Clarice Shaley and photojournalist Connie Offit tell us why they're celebrating.
Latin nationalities come together in one Louisville room.
See, you see what happened last night. There's something everybody in the world from Venezuela is waiting.
Jose da Silva stands with his fellow Venezuelan community celebrating the capture of President Nicolas Maduro.
What happened last night, I need to happen.
Seeing the strike and capture as the liberation of their homeland.
Cuba Libre, so this is the freedom for Cuba.
By their side are members of the Cuban community.
And every time we go to any of these rallies in support of other countries, we take it with us.
They know how their fellow Latinos have suffered after decades of being under a dictatorship themselves.
This moment for Venezuelans is a sign, it
signals hope their turn will be next.
Venezuela isn't yours! Venezuela isn't yours!
Mixed reaction across town in the Highlands. Protesters calling this a breach of power.
You know, President Trump, why don't you run your own country? You know, we have people in the streets here starving every night, people that will tonight die of cold in this country, and we do nothing about it.
It does immediately put the United States back in the center of hemispheric politics here in the Western Hemisphere. And it's going to be an interesting 2026 as a result.
Dr. Kurt Jefferson, professor of global leadership for Spalding University, says the sanctioning and removing of Maduro has been an interest of a few American administrations.
Trump, remember, is about making deals, and he's about business first, even though he's using heavy force to achieve these ends. I think he would probably pause before doing something trying to inflame any situations in the region.
And when it comes to President Trump's words on not being afraid to put boots on the ground, Jefferson thinks that's not likely to happen soon. Clarice Shaley, WHAS11 on your side.
The Trump administration says it did not tell Congress about the operation for fear of information leaking. Here at home, Kentucky's congressional delegation gave mixed reactions to the decision. In our studio over the weekend, Democratic Congressman Morgan McGarvey expressed concern with the communication from the White House.
Number one, what does this mean for America and America's military? What does this mean for America's taxpayers? I do not want another endless war. I do not want to spend trillions of taxpayer money or sacrifice thousands of American lives like we did in the last endless war for oil in this country. We can't have that happen again.
McGarvey added once Congress begins its second session this coming week, he expects a push for greater transparency and accountability. Meantime, Republican Congressman Andy Barr said he's in favor of Maduro's apprehension. He wrote on X in part, quote, "Critics of President Trump's actions in Venezuela should be ashamed. Far from violating international law, President Trump is enforcing the law with this action in Venezuela. Americans everywhere should celebrate that President Trump has restored international order and further deterred our enemies." Fellow Republican Congressman Thomas Massey questioned the constitutionality of Maduro's capture. He wrote on X, quote, "If this action were constitutionally sound, the Attorney General wouldn't be tweeting that they've arrested the president of a sovereign country and his wife for possessing guns in violation of a 1934 U.S. firearm law." And Kentucky Attorney General Russell Coleman sent out a message of support, saying, quote, "We must cut off the flow of fentanyl and send a powerful message to the Mexican cartels. The president's action in Venezuela showed needed strength in this fight. We are grateful to the U.S. Armed Forces and federal law enforcement who continue to protect Kentucky and our nation." As this story develops, we'll keep you updated both on air and online. Stay informed at our website, WHAS11.com, or download the free WHAS11 app. In other news this morning, in just a couple of hours, two men are due in court in connection to a 2024 shooting in the Portland neighborhood. A grand jury indicted 35-year-old Andra Jennings and 22-year-old Chris Owens on complicity murder charges. The two are accused of being involved with the shooting death of 34-year-old Julius Gray. Gray was found in the 1600 block of Nelligan Avenue on April 17th of 2024. That arraignment is scheduled for 10:30 this morning. And now we have an update on the major CSX train derailment in Todd County that happened just before the new year. As of Sunday afternoon, crews had made enough substantial cleanup that Highway 41 could reopen as soon as today. On the morning of December 30th, 31 train cars derailed, blocking part of the highway between the cities of Trenton and Pembroke. One of them leaked molten sulfur and sparked a fire. These images released to us show the progress so far. Todd County Emergency Management expects all work to be done by this morning. Following the required safety checks, officials say the current plan is for US 41 to reopen at 1 this afternoon. Matt, coming over to you, what's one thing we need to know?
We've got a day that's going to be mild and sunny across Kentucky, and temperatures into the mid-50s for most of us. A few of you farther to the south may even see the lower 60s. A fairly nice day ahead, but we are going to enter a cloudy pattern as we head later on into these upcoming days. We're going to have all the details about that forecast coming up here in a few short minutes.
All right, thanks, Matt.